千里之行，始于足下. A journey of 1,000 miles begins beneath the feet. We now gather in the Tao to travel the journey together.
The idea behind creative visualization is to form in your mind a visual of the reality as you want it to be. So the basic idea has to do with the fact that at a subconscious level, your mind can't tell the difference between the real world and imagination, that its assumption is that it's the same. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily true, but that's the teaching from people who talk about creative visualization. So let me bring in just a quick example to make that more real. What do I mean about creative visualization? So imagine that you are attending a New Age seminar and you're being taken through a visualization exercise. So the New Age teacher says, visualize yourself in the future with your goals already accomplished. Take a look in your mind, as if you are looking in a mirror, and notice how you look younger, healthier, more energetic. Feel how you would feel when you see yourself like that. And the visualization exercise goes on, and it covers many territories. So this is just a tiny tidbit taken from the typical creative visualization exercise. The idea is to visualize, is to form this mental image. So the reason for that is because the teachers that take you through such exercises, here I'm careful to point out that they're not sages. They tell us that they will, simply by visualization, this will attract goodness to you because your subconscious mind, again, cannot tell the difference between what is real and what is vividly imagined. So the problem is that I myself have seen many such exercises, many such teachers, and many, many attendees of such seminars. So I can tell you from decades of personal experience that only a tiny fraction of the people that do this exercise actually succeed. And if you check the people that you know, you will likely find that it's the same way. Somehow, this supposedly powerful process of visualization does not function 100%. It doesn't guarantee, not even the majority of the people that do it will get what they want. A lot of them won't. A tiny fraction do. And when I say that tiny fraction applying to the whole, I'm actually talking about the teachers themselves. The New Age teachers themselves, a lot of them are not doing that well. So it's that creative visualization is not working for them either. It's not working for their students mostly, and mostly it's not working for them. So I want to connect from glorious sides to creative visualization and talk about what can work. I want to talk about what goes wrong, and then I want to talk about what will actually work for you. And the reason why I want to do that is because everything that I have seen, all the observations that I've made over the years on the people who get into this, I'm gonna say this, that the visualization, the examples, they're so often repeated, it's almost become a cliche. So the bottom line, I think everyone wants to know is, well, what goes wrong and what can work? Can the Tao shed some light on that? And the answer is yes, the Tao can definitely shed some light on it. So in this particular chapter, we're talking about how when you travel the journey of life, you're on your path, you're taking one step after another, and then you see the glorious sights that distract you. Okay, so in a way, creative visualization exercises can become the glorious sights too. They're just glorious sights that you imagine in your mind. All right, so let me share with everyone what I have seen that works better. Rather than to visualize the end result, which most of the exercises do, my suggestion is that you visualize the process to get to the results. This is easily more powerful and more successful. It's borne out in scientific studies. For example, athletes who visualize, basketball players as an example, who visualize making free throws. That's the process. They're visualizing their movements. They're visualizing the basketball arcing into, swish, all net, a basket. So visualize the process. The reason why this works better is because of the following. When you vividly visualize the work, you're far more likely to do it. You are, in effect, reviewing the steps that you must take in your mind. You do that before you actually engage in the action. Athletes, as I said, use this technique a lot and it always works for them. For instance, if you talk to power lifters, they will all tell you, every single one of them will all tell you that they visualize the clean and jerk, they visualize the range of movements, the motions, before they actually do it. This is the fundamentals. This is the basics that sages always focus on. So it leads you to action, which in our case, in our metaphor, is the one step after another in the life journey. That's what actually works. Whatever you visualize that can help you take another step, that's going to work. Not necessarily the end results. This also explains why a small fraction of the people that do creative visualization can succeed in getting what they want. Well, if they visualize the end results and it motivates them to take actions that get them to it, then they are likely to succeed. Unfortunately, not everyone does. So this is the missing link in the whole creative visualization exercise. Let me give you a couple of examples, make this more real. I have two examples that I can share with you from the Tao of Joy every day. If you are not sure what I'm talking about, this is the book that I have out there, 365 pages, 1 page per day. I do encourage people to read it in whatever order they please. They can go from the back to the front. They can start at a random page and work their way there. Some people will flip to a random page every day to get their randomized message for the day. And of course, a lot of people will simply start on day 1 and then move on to day 2 the next day, day 3, day 4, etc. There's no wrong way to go about reading this book with 365 pages. So throughout this entire book, in many of the pages, I've included visualization exercises, and it's always visualization of the process. Example 1 from day 88. There, we talk about calmness, and the aid to help you calm your mind is to visualize that your mind is like water in a pond, and the agitations in your mind are like the ripples in this pond, on the surface of this pond. So the idea is to visualize the process of the ripples vanishing and smoothing out as an aid to help you engage the mental process that you need to calm the mind. That is a process leading to an end result. That's what makes the difference. So another example, day 148, visualize a stream flowing past rocks as a metaphor for your own process in navigating around obstacles. So here, the idea is highly specific. When water is flowing past rocks, it may be initially stopped by the rock. It doesn't pause to complain. It doesn't pause to point an accusing finger at the rock. It finds a way, water finds a way around the rock. It can be to the left or to the right, above or under, whatever way is the most expedient. Water finds it right away and gets around the rock. So when you encounter an obstacle in life, the idea is to recall this process to mind, how water is so deftly, quickly, instantly navigating around the obstacles by flowing around it. To open that up in your mind is to open up the possibility that regardless of the difficulty of the obstacle you are facing, there's some way to flow around it. And if you are like the water, you will find that way to get around. So I want to share those with you as the better way to visualize, better than being distracted by glorious sights that take you off the path. Rather, visualize the process that you will take, in our metaphor, taking one step after another on your personal path, and that will get you wherever you want to go. Okay.
Our meeting has come to an end, but the journey continues on. Let us travel safely. Until next time, may the Tao fill you with peace and happiness.